Real Madrid won, Manchester City won, people. It was a brilliant Champions League match. Let's get into the video. Hi, welcome to Form TV. My name is Dillinger. This is my reaction to the Real Madrid versus Manchester City match yesterday. Champions League semifinal first leg. Like I said, guys, it was a brilliant match. Before the match, in my preview, I was telling you guys that I was a little bit confident, but I wasn't overly confident. And I said I think the exact term I used was I was slightly confident going into this match. But Real Madrid played really well. Real Madrid played a brilliant match at the Bernabeu last night, people. Manchester City and Real Madrid were displaying why they were in the semifinals. Both teams are really good with some really high caliber players, and it was on display. For Manchester City, it has Haaland, De Bruyne, Ederson in goal, and John Stones. Manchester City, and for Real Madrid, we have Vini, Rodrigo, Benzema, Madrid, Courtois, Camavinga. Yes, both teams' players was on display yesterday. This match really should have been a final, people. It's just sad that this high caliber match is not a final. Even though we're getting in the semis, one game before the finals, but this is the type of match you want to see, and this is the type of matchup you want to see in the final. Manchester City had majority of the possession in the first half, guys, and that was expected, period, because Manchester City is a high possession team. They usually finish their games with like at least 60 to 70% possession. Doesn't matter who they're playing. And they had most of the possession in this game as well. But they did not create many chances as I expect. And they weren't as dangerous as I thought they would be. Haaland didn't really do much. He was on the wraps. Basically, Cruz, Rudiger, and Alba had Haaland in the Bermuda Triangle, and no one could find his ass, people. They could not find him. He was lost. He was on the total lockdown, and I love that. I love that as a Real Madrid player. Also, Manchester City pushed us back early and often. Whenever they got the chance to press us, they press high and fast, and they press with like 6 or 7 players, people. Even the goal that we scored, they were pressing us in our corner flag. If it wasn't for our quick one-touch passing and our high tactical awareness and field awareness, we would not have gotten out of that position that we were in. We were in a really bad position, and thanks to Madrid, Camavinga, we got out of it. Yes, we got out of it thanks to Madrid and Camavinga. We were cool, calm, and collective in their press. Also, Cruz was helping in that press too, because Cruz kept making those little touch passes that would just break the pressure. Yeah, but I thought that the press was going to affect us a lot more than it did. I am glad Carlo Ancelotti had the perfect game plan, as it seemed like he had the perfect game plan just by how the game played, how the game went out. As the game went on, Real Madrid grew and grew into the match, stepping up our game and started to take control of the game. Yeah, like we started in the first 10 minutes or so, you could see that we were kind of cautious. We sat back and we kind of waited to see what City were going to do. But as the game grew on, we just started taking control, complete control. We started breaking their press, and then we started to have a little possession spell. Not a lot of possession, because we'll keep the ball for maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and that's it. But City keeps it longer. But we started to have a little possession spell, people, and that kind of helped us out. In the second half, we played a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. The second half, based on the second half performance, we should have won the game. Vini Jr. missed the time with a rocket strike to put Real Madrid up in the first half, right before halftime, like in the 40th minute or so. Vini Jr. just cracked one, people, and big crack, always cracking it. Yeah, man, big crack, just crack one in the net. And I call Vini Mr. Time, because I said he's so fast that he creates time for everyone else and himself. And when Camavinga passing that ball, he created a little bit of space and time, took a brilliant shot, and put it up in the upper 90, people. It's a great shot. Second half, Real Madrid was the better side, like I said before. They were, even though Manchester City were able to equalize, it came basically while we were dominating them. You know, it came out of nowhere, I should say, like, because that Rodrigo could have controlled that pass that Camavinga made to him. And if he had controlled that, that would have been a perfect pass. But Rodrigo couldn't control the pass, so Rodri snatched it from him, gave the ball to De Bruyne, and they equalized. You know, De Bruyne is a great player. You can't give him any chances that close to our goal, people. Anywhere close to the 18-yard box, you got to watch out for De Bruyne. Overall, Real Madrid had the perfect game plan. Carlo Ancelotti had the perfect game plan, guys, and we executed it to perfection. I am not going to complain at all. The game went exactly how I wanted it to go, except for the goals. Like, I wanted to score more goals. Haaland, Bernardo Silva, and Kevin De Bruyne was pretty much quiet all game. We had them. We like I said, the game plan was perfect for those guys. We knew exactly what City were gonna do, and Carlo Ancelotti set us up the right way to defend them. Vinny Jr., Modric, Camavinga, and Rudiger stood out for Real Madrid. Carvajal is a gem as well, because we don't have a right back right now, and Carvajal is he's the only right back we have, and he's the best right back. But whenever he plays, the team plays a lot better. He's very physical, and he's very smart and aware of what's going on around him. And whenever Carvajal doesn't play, the team looks completely different. It's a total different team with Carvajal in there. And shout out to Carvajal, man. I'm glad he's back in the team, you know, making us better. Also, big shout out to Toni Kroos. He had a great game today, helping out with Haaland and locking down De Bruyne in the midfield. Great game. The whole team, overall, the entire team played well. I am happy for this draw. I mean, I wanted to win, but I'm happy we take a draw, because everyone was saying, you know, City was the favorites or whatever. But I'm happy for the draw. Hopefully, we could go to Manchester City and beat them at home, people. I am hoping we could do that. And based on this game, I think we could do it. I have hope that we could do it. You know, like I said, I am a little bit confident, slightly confident that we could go to City and beat them. Okay, guys, the major talking points I want to take from this game, again, is the refs. The referees did not have control of the game, guys. Sad to say, VAR is screwing over Real Madrid. That goal that scored, before Camavinga even got the ball to lose it, the ball went out of bounds across the line, and they did not even review it to stop the progression of Man City, because they're talking about VAR could not review it because Camavinga had the ball. But when the ball went out of bounds, he's supposed to stop play, because the play progressed more because they didn't stop play, and that's how Camavinga got the ball. But you cannot blame Camavinga for that. I blame referee and I blame VAR, because if they had made the right decision on that out of bounds call, and I'm gonna put it up here in the corner up here. I'm gonna put it up here, so because BN Sports also took a picture of it, and they showed that the ball was out of bounds, people. That goal should not have counted. I don't care what no one says. Marca put out their player ratings after the Champions League semifinal first leg yesterday between Real Madrid and Manchester City, and Marca released their player ratings for the Real Madrid players. So we're going to review that and react to that right now. And they started with Courtois, and for Courtois, they said the Belgium stopper is the best in the world, and he showed as much against Manchester City. Real Madrid will have to thank him if they reach another Champions League final, as he kept Kevin De Bruyne at bay with a strong right-handed save. That is correct. Courtois did make a save from De Bruyne's shot. It was stinging his hand. He played very well, but I felt like he could have saved the goal that did go in. It's just that his positioning was a little bit off, but I'm not blaming him for it, but I think he could have saved that goal. Carvajal, rather like Real Madrid, Dani Carvajal produces his best once the Champions League anthem plays. That's true. He was solid in defense against Jack Grealish, although there was a flashpoint where the Spaniard discipline was tested. They rated him at 8. I would have gave him probably 8.5, a little bit higher, because I feel like Danny Carvajal is very important. He's very important to what Real Madrid do. He's our right back, and he's the best right back on the team. And when he's not there, the teams look completely different. And they gave him a match rating of 8. Rudiger got a rating of 8 as well. And it says the German defender was drafted in, and he utilizes his physical style to keep Erling Haaland quiet. Rudiger was, boy, his defender Erling Haaland was amazing. I'm so happy he's on our team, guys. Rudiger is just a great player, man. Great defender. Next is Alaba. They gave him a 7, and it said his experience was vital for the night. He led the defense in the absence of Eder Militao. He couldn't do anything about Kevin De Bruyne's strike. We could have played better defense, though. Next, Camavinga. Camavinga, in his utility left-back role, was sensational. The Frenchman was everywhere on the pitch, winning possession back and finding short passes. It was one of the best games in the Real Madrid shirt for Camavinga. I agree. Camavinga has been the star boy of the team. He's playing out of position, but he's doing really, really well, and helping the team a lot. Next is Valverde. Federico Valverde worked hard against Manchester City. That can't be questioned, but he wasn't able to add much else to the match. In the penalty area, they gave him a match rating of 6. I agree with that. I felt like Valverde had a pretty quiet night, but he was working hard defensively. Next is Cruz. Carlo Ancelotti relies on Toni Kroos to set the tempo for his team, and he did just that on Tuesday. The German was intelligent on the ball and gave his central defenders the option to play out of from. And Kroos is very vital to defending on Haaland as well. Him, Rudiger, and Alba formed like a little triangle cage, and they kept Haaland inside of it. Next is Luka Modric. Fans love the creation, and with good reason. Florentino Perez wanted him to re-sign for matches like this. He wasn't able to add too many decisive passes. Final rating, 6. I think it could have been a 7. He did make that pass to Camavinga that led to the goal that Vinicius scored. And he was active all night. And, he's a very good player. Active all night. I think he could have got a 7. Next is Rodrigo. Rodrigo, a frustrating night for the Brazilian. He couldn't find his best rhythm, and no real chances fell to him. He will also be criticized for his part in losing the ball on De Bruyne's goal. Yes, Camavinga did make a good pass to Rodrigo, but he wasn't able to control it properly. So Rodri stole it from him, passed the ball to De Bruyne, and you know what happened next. Vinicius Jr. Nobody can stop Vinicius Jr. right now. There's an argument of him being the best player in the world, which I think he is definitely in the top 2. He scored Real Madrid goal with a brilliant individual strike from distance, and he was the heart of every threat. Definitely our best player. He got a match rating of 9. I think he should have got a 9.5, like Camavinga got a 9.5 as well. Next is Benzema. He was too isolated in the first half. He was barely in the game. What followed was a number of missed chances from the French forward, most notably a header he nodded straight to Edison. Yes, Benzema, they gave him a match rating of 4. I believe that's fitting. He didn't have a good game to me. He was absent in the box, and the chances that he did get, he did not take them properly. Next is Carlo Ancelotti. On the night where Carlo Ancelotti equals Sir Alex Ferguson's record as coach with the most Champions League games on the bench, the Italian would be frustrated his side failed to win. His low block helped the team take a surprise lead in the first half, but it was perhaps limit their ability to take advantage of Manchester City being on the ropes. His game plan stopped Erling Haaland completely. Gave him a 6. I think Carlo could have got like an 8 maybe. I figured he had the perfect game plan. It's just that the players could not fully execute on the pitch. We had enough chances. We had a lot of chances, and we did not finish them. So I would give Carlo Ancelotti actually a higher rating for this. I would give him maybe like an 8. And that is my reaction to the Marca match rating, guys. Remember to go to Marca.com. Thank you guys for watching another video. This is my reaction to the Real Madrid versus Manchester City people semifinals first leg. It's a brilliant match by Real Madrid. Thank you guys for watching again. This is Form TV. Remember to like, shake, and subscribe.